Hello, my name's Enthargo, and welcome to a brand new series of Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth. With the upcoming brand new Sid Meier's Starship coming up on the 12th of March, I thought it would be rather fitting to start a Beyond Earth Let's Play. Sid Meier's Starship, if you want to see more, check the link below in the description. But it's basically a carry-on from Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth, or Beyond Earth as I'm going to call it from now on. So it's kind of cool. So I thought I'd get this going. I'm going to play difficulty. I'm going to go on Gemini. I find I can do Soyuz. Just the micromanaging is just a pain in the backside, and I can't be bothered with it. I'm going to go standard size and accept. I'm sure you guys will have known by now, Sid Meier's Beyond Earth has been out for about 9 months, maybe a bit more than 9 months, about a year. Actually, yeah, it's about 9 months. I'm sure you've all watched enough Let's Plays to know exactly how this all works. If you don't, I'll go over it quickly. Unlike Civ 5, which you choose your nation, so you choose Greece, or you choose Spain, or you choose, I don't know, the Celts or something like that. Here, you choose your sponsor. So you can have the ARC, which are like the Americans, Pan-Asian Cooperative, which is kind of Asia style, Franco-Iberia, so it's Europe, mainly French, Slavic Federation, Australia, which is Australia, the Cavithian Protectorate, it's just, yeah, other people, Brazil, and then the African Union. Each one of these, obviously as you can see from here, get their own little bonuses. It's not the be-all and end-all getting these. There are other bonuses later on down the things you choose, but this is kind of your main, I don't know, like your flavor nation that you're going to be playing. So for this, I'm going to be, well, my first Let's Play for Civ 5 was Brazil, so, sorry, we're going to go with Brasilia. Next. Then you get to choose the colonists. So these are the colonists that you put onto your spaceship before you send it off to this Alpha Centauri, which is the planet that you send your spaceship to from Civ 5, which is kind of cool. So you get scientists, refugees, aristocrats, engineers, artists. So it's +2 science, +2 food, +4 energy, +2 production, or +3 culture. I like to go with culture because expanding your ring of influence, the sooner the better, in my opinion. These are the cool. I really like these in the game. They're spacecraft. So this is your spacecraft you're landing in. So you can either go random, which is random, continental, surveyor. Pardon me, I just had a cup of coffee, so hence why I'm a wee bit more hyper than I normally would be. Continental surveyor, so it reveals the coasts of the map. So it will show all the coasts across the entire map will be in your little mini map in the bottom right hand corner. Retrograde thrusters is a huge display area to start off with, so you get to see all the natural resources that are in it. Plus, you've got a bit more wiggle room on where you have your station land. Tectonic scanner, so you don't need any technologies to see petroleum, geothermal, or titanium resources, which is kind of nice. Fusion reactor begins with 100 energy at standard speed. It's nice, but it's basically, here's 100 energy towards your very first worker, which is it's kind of okay, but there's other ways around it. And life form sensor reveals alien nests. So the biggest difference, one of the biggest differences between Civ 5 or previous Civilization games and this one is you have aliens to deal with instead of barbarians, which is really cool. I'm going to go with retrograde thrusters because I think retrogrades are the best in my opinion. And then you get to choose your cargo you take along with. So you get hydroponics, begin with an extra population in your first city. It's pretty good. Laboratory, begin with the pioneering technology. Pioneering tech allows you to build settlers and something else. Settlers is the main one that allows you to do. Begin with a clinic in your first city, which is pretty cool. Begin with a soldier, it's kind of cool. Or the one that is just the most common sense one to take, machinery. Begin with a brand free new worker unit. Yes, please. And then next, this is where you get to choose your planet. The rescanning for planet, all it does is just change the names. It doesn't really do anything else apart from that. Terran world is continents. Protean world is Pangea. Atlantean world is archipelago. And then you have the advanced worlds, which are kind of pretty cool. Tau Ceti D and Tigan, I believe, came with the pre-order version of this game. which is why I have it, because I'm one of those sad fuckers who pre-order stuff. Because it's cool. I like pre-ordering. I'm going to go Tessie 205S, I don't like that name. Let's go Arthur Holt, no. Bell 233H. And then you go next. And then... Yep. You have to click on it first. My help. Hold on, Enthargo. Then you click start. And then a little fuzzy wheel goes round. And then we go into the game. It's got a very sexy loading screen, as you can see here. It's a nice, gorgeous, gorgeous background picture. I have one of these as my desktop. Yeah, that's how I am. I do not wish for war, but destiny cares little for my desires. My soldiers have trained their whole lives for this journey. Today, as we descend into the toxic fog, they prepare for the hunt. There will be enemies waiting, hiding. We will find them. We will eliminate them. We will be first act upon our new world, and it will not fail. Bum bum bum. It's like some kind of 24-hour intro scene. It's proper cool. This bit. So I have a couple of bad things to say about Beyond Earth, but the main one is just loading times. It takes forever. It's kind of like Civ 5 used to be prior to all of the expansions, which is kind of understandable. This is the first game for this series, so. But I'm very much looking forward to when, if soon TM, they're going to bring out expansions for this, and they can bring like space religion into it. Clearly, that'll be well cool. Or they utilize more of the ocean tiles, or they utilize more of the satellites, which I will show you. Also, look, it's the Aurora. It's proper cool. So you click the massive big green button to go, and then this is it. This is how you start. So, unlike unlike in Civ 5, where you had things like copper and my mind's drawn a blank, spices and things like that to do trading with, you don't really trade very much here. It's more bonuses to your own cities. So you have things like tubers. When improved, you get +2 food. Chitin, chitin. It is chitin. I asked a biologist this at my uni. Give you +1 cog, which is cool. +1 production. +1 production. +1 science, or +1 beaker. Then you have these things called xenomasses. So they're kind of... You have 3 different... what are they called? They're like... they're... affinities, that's the term for them. So you have 3 different types of affinities. They're groups of people who have gone into space together, and it's the kind of like a religion that they follow, but they get bonuses to different military. But to utilize the things within their affinities, they have to use things like xenomass, or floatstone, or the other one that's not here. And only they get extra bonuses, so their special military units will cost like 2 xenomass to use, so you need to have xenomass. It's the equivalent of having like uranium in Civ 5. To build a nuke, you need uranium. To build a set of battle suits, you need some xenomass. Things like that. So from here, also they give extra bonuses. So floatstone give +3 energy per turn if you're working them, which is kind of pretty cool. So as you can see, huge big display thing around here, which is cool. And I get to choose where I want to land. I'm thinking over here, purely because of all these tubers. 1, 2, 3. So I'd get them. 1, 2, 3. I get the fiber. I'd get xenomass, a bit of floatstone. 1, 2, 3. And I'd get nothing over this side. Or I could go here. 1, 2, 3. So I'd get the reslin, xenomass, basalt, silica. I'm thinking here, you know. Yeah, here it is. So, a lot of things have just happened at once. Unlike Civ 5, where you have a settler that lands here, it's your spaceship that you chose in the setup screen that lands, which is pretty cool. So I've started off with a worker, so I get to choose what I'm doing with him. First of all, yeah, I'm just going to build a plantation. Instead of scouts, you have things called explorers, as I'm sure you know if you've watched many Let's Plays. If you haven't, they act just like scouts did, where they move across terrain nice and fast, and can do things called expeditions here, which I can't see any, but they're usually like a crashed satellite or it's a big skeleton. You run over, you click on top of it and you set up, and it takes like 5 turns, and then usually you get something really cool out of it. Instead of goody huts, or as they were called in the last one, which was ruins in Civ 5, we now have resource pods. So these are just bits of debris and pods that were sent in advance to help us when we landed on the planet. So there's one here, and in it, resource pod, 70 energy for free. Yep, cheers for that. 1, 2, 3. It's very nice of you. There's another one up there, which I will aim for. You also have so much different in this game. You have things called quests. So quests will give you, let's have a look, find 3 resource pods. If you do that, then you get some extra bonuses. And it's a nice kind of way to, it's kind of like an in-game tutorial thing, but it's not. It's like more of a kind of, I advise you to go this way. And these are the 5 different types of victories. So you have Emancipation. Yes, you have Emancipation, where you build the Emancipation Gate, Promised Land, Transcendence, Domination, Contact. Domination is the exact same as it was as all the other previous Civilization games, where you have to take over the entire planet. Contact is you have to contact a superior race, which will then finish the game because you find out you're not alone in the world. And then Emancipation, the Promised Land, Transcendence, they're all victory conditions dependent on your affinity, which is either Supremacy, Purity, or Harmony. Harmony is Transcendence, Purity is the Promised Land, and Supremacy is Emancipation, I think. Don't quote me on it, I'm sure we'll find out later on. But it's kind of cool. Also, you get to see, where was it? You get to see how far along everyone else is. So these little bars at the bottom, as you go on with your victory conditions, because there's many different types. Like the first one is, launch 1 lasercom satellites. That's the first thing you have to do to get that victory. Or, in this one, discover the progenitor signal. 0 of 2 pieces complete. It's a nice kind of, it's got a nice bit of flavour to it. Production, I'm going to go for a Old Earth Relic, because it gives me +2 culture, and it's maintenance, but that's fine. And the research. Now, as I'm sure you're going, we're like in the 22nd century or something like that. We're on another planet. Of course we're going to know how to make the wheel. We're going to know things like pottery. So they couldn't really put that into the game. Instead, what they're doing is, it's stuff that we already know, but the way I see it in my head is, there's a massive big sawed-off computer bank in your main city, and over the 500 years it's taken you to get to here, it just takes a lot of time to unlock each one of these technologies. Each one of these technologies is these. So say if you wanted to get pioneering, and you go, I need to learn how to make colonists again, then you would go into your computer and you start trying to download it all, and it would take 27 hours for it to download, for instance, or 27 days for it to download, for instance. That's the best way, or the best analogy I can do from in my own head to make this this work. But it's a nice kind of spider style thing. It's really cool. I kind of like this. I kind of like it. So we're gonna go. Well, I usually go pioneering first, so that I can get colonists, a trade convoy, and a trade vessel and a trade depot up, because trade is vital in this. Then from here, I like to go, usually, I go genetics, chemistry, engineering, so that I can get, actually, no, I'm going to go chemistry, pioneering, chemistry, engineering. Same as before in Civ 5, if you want to queue these up like I am just now, you just hold shift and click as you go, and it queues them all up. Main reason for chemistry and engineering is so I can see where the petroleum and where the titanium is, which is kind of handy. So, yep, new victory log, I found lots of resource pods, that's nice. You also have a thing called an orbital view and a normal to game view. So you have satellites that you can launch up into space that fire massive big death beam cannons at people, or can improve the soil so that you get more food out of it, or causes more sun to land on it, so you can get more energy. It's a nice, again, it's another nice layer to this game. And unlike Civ 5, where you don't know who you're working, where you are, and everyone starts off on the same turn, you start off in sequential turns. So from, I think it's turn 1 to 10, everyone will be down by turn 10, I do believe. But of course you're going to know that they're landing on the planet, because you're going to look up and you're going to see this massive, big, fuck-off spaceship slamming into the Earth. Well, not the Earth, into whatever this planet would be called. Slamming into the planet, you go, cool, I kind of know they're here. Oh look, it's Franco Iberia. Great. So yeah, again, it all makes sense if you think about it in a roundy-woundy, gamey-wamey style of way. Then we'll go this way, and these are the aliens. So, Aliens are here before us. Obviously, it's their planet. We're coming here. We're taking over. Yeah, it's fine. As we've seen from many a Hollywood movie, it doesn't always go well. So they tend to fight back. They tend to get pissy if you kill them. So there's different types of aliens. You have wolf beetles, which go nice and fast. They have their own special bonuses. And then you have flying ones. You also have ones in the sea, which are an absolute bitch to deal with. And yeah, and this is the crashed satellite. So my explorer would be able to do an expedition here on this crashed satellite. But I can't at the moment because I'm out of turns, and there's aliens around. So what I'm going to try and do is steal this. Whoop, free research. And then I can't do... Oh my god, coffee and talking fast is not a good combination, I swear. Next turn. Now, there's a favor system. So, from what I believe, the favor system works in... So I would give them open borders and energy for 30 turns. They would then give me a favor. So then, when I am completely down on my hands and knees, begging for help, I can go, look, you owe me a favor. Give me your stuff. It's a really nice idea. I think it's really cool. In active practice, not once has the NPCs ever done a favor. When I go, look, I need 300 energy, please. I'm like, literally, I'm gonna finish my game next turn if you don't give it to me. You owe me 2 favors. They go, nah, sod off. So I tend not to bother with them. But I mean, that's just my own personal preference. In easier, I don't know if in easier game types it could make more of a difference, but from what I've seen, it doesn't really make much of a difference at all. So I'm going to start the expedition. It takes 5 turns to do, which is really cool, as it means that you're mobile there for 5 turns. Now this greeny glowy crap that you can see floating around, you can see a bit better here, this is miasma. Miasma, if you stand in it, hurts. Pretty simple, really. Also, importantly, it blocks trade routes. So if that was a city, and I wanted to trade across it, and the only way was filled with miasma, then I wouldn't be able to do anything. Whee! ARC has landed. Where the hell's ARC landed? They landed all the way down there. Yeah. You guys really landed all the way down? Poor. Apparently I can't go that far. Well, that's useful. I think they're pretty sure they've landed like right there. So virtues. Virtues are they're virtues. They give you different bonuses as you go down them. They were the same in Civ 5 for cultures, so cultural bonuses. It's the exact same for this. It uses the exact same kind of purpliness, and they just give you extra bonuses. It's really cool. But you get bonuses. So say for prosperity, if I get fragility, workforce initiative, homesteading, helping hands, and colony initiative, not only do I get these 5 for completing this, but each one of these little boxes fill up for every one of these I take, and then after I fill up all 5 of these, I would get plus 10% growth in every city, which is great. Plus, if I take 1 more on this level, so across here, I would also get a free virtue. So you can either choose to go wide, so you can get all these basic ones, which would then give you synergy bonus of plus 10% production, plus 10% energy in your capital, and then 1 free technology. I could do that by taking pretty much all of these. Or I can go deep and choose to get 50% orbital radius coverage in cities, or plus 1 health for every city from this one. And then you get the end ones, which give you huge bonuses. So it's kind of synergy bonuses work really, really well. What I'm going to do is I like to go down prosperity, because it allows me to get a colonist nice and fast, though a lot of people argue that knowledge is handy for field research, because it's easier in the beginning. So I'm going to go field research, or site. And quests are now updated, so I can research pioneering, and it's kind of like, yeah, it's a directional way to go in the game. It's kind of nice. I like having my hand held sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes. I'm going to do that, and then next turn. And then once Old Earth Relic is done, I'm going to build another Explorer. Now, unlike Civ 5, in Civ 5 I have the first 50 turns down to a T, like I know exactly what to do. In this game, it is so different every single time, I can never really tell what's the most efficient way to go. So I kind of have, so I get 80 production for finishing that, which is cool. So I kind of have a rough plan of what I usually do, but it's, yeah, it can change. Also, what this game doesn't have is natural wonders, which makes me sad, because I really like that in Civ 5. Explorer for 1 turn. And externed. It's 1 turn 9, so all the rest of the civilizations should be coming in pretty much, like, soon. Yep, field research. It's fine. I'm gonna build clinics. Do I build a clinic or do I build a soldier? Well, the first city you deploy, you get a soldier for free, so I don't need it for that. I'm gonna go. I'll go clinic for just now. So quest decisions. These give you bonuses towards your affinities depending on which storyline you take. So it's more of a narrative-driven part of the game. So occupational hazard, quest decision. It's clear that the indigenous species of this planet may pose a threat to our growth. Though we cannot determine their intelligence, the hostility has been documented. Moving forward, we must decide how to deal with them. Do we attempt to domesticate the local wildlife or exterminate it? If I choose to domesticate it, I'm going to start getting more harmony and supremacy style events. Or if I go eradicate, I will get more purity. I think I'm going to go... Do I go... Yes, I do. I'm going to go domesticate wildlife and accept. And a unit needs orders. Should be this one. Now, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner, expedition module's 0. So to do another one of those crash satellites, I need to go all the way back to the main city to then get another expedition module, which is... it's an aspect of the game, I suppose. It's kind of cool in its own way. Next turn. And Farbase 1. So, like city-states in Civ 5, I know I'm going to keep going back to Civ 5, but it's the most recent Civ game that came out since this. In Civ 5, you have city-states. In this, you have stations that when you trade to give you bonuses. But if you do sustained trades, you do one trade route finishes after 30 turns, you then choose to do it back to the same one, you then get a bonus. So the first time round you'll get 2 energy, 2 science. The second time round you get 4 energy and 2 science. So it's beneficial to send it to the same one again and again and again. It's pretty nice idea. Pretty nice? I can't. Words are an interesting feature for me today. I believe that's the correct term for... Oh god, I can't talk. Resource pod, that's fine. Right, after clinic is done, I'm going to need to start building some soldiers. Because unlike in Civ 5, they go to war extremely fast in this game. Extremely fast. What have we here? More xenonama. No, more xenomass. And gift some home. More science because I discovered that research pod. Now, as you can see, the Franco-Iberia are taking over progenitor room. So that's... you can stop them from doing that if you want to, or not, or lots of different things. So it's not just you that get these. They're fight overable. And I got a solar collector, which is a satellite, so I get to choose to launch the orbital unit into space. The blue hexagon, hexagon. The blue hexagon tells the range of which you can launch your satellite, so I can launch it anywhere in this radius. The green, the kind of a luminous green, that's how many tiles the satellite will affect. So if I launch it here, and then it'll come back down, and then there should be a little, there you go. And there's a satellite symbol just there. That means it's affecting these tiles, and in these tiles it's giving +1 energy for I think it's 60 turns. I have one over here, it's fine. We're gonna go this way. Next turn. And finally discovered pioneering. And move this way. It's our research pod. It's all fine by me. It's all gravy, baby. So I'm now learning chemistry, or we'll attempt to learn chemistry. Wow, all these mountain ranges. It's horrific. And let's see what I get in my resource pod. I get more free research. It's not much, but it's better than a kick in the nuts. Also, each building that you build, so Old Earth Relic here is an example, there's a choice that you get. It's usually one of two choices that give you an extra bonus. So, for instance, our relic has provoked an ideological split among our citizens. Some believe the Old Earth Relic is instrumental as a source of solace for the grief people feel over losing their lost world. They want it left in reverent peace as a shrine. Others think it represents a valuable repository of traditional wisdom that must be studied and displayed publicly if humanity is to embrace their new home. So I get to choose one of two things, and I have to choose one. I can't not. So I can either leave it untouched, all relics are free maintenance, they don't cost me anything, or Old Earth relics, open to the public, +1 culture. +1 culture is this way. But you get to do that for everything. You also get to do that for your infantry, or all your military units when they level up. You get bonuses towards that. It's a nicely kind of thought of game. Very nicely thought of game. Designed, that's what I'm looking for. It's a very nicely designed game. Let's go this way. Some copper, let's go, and virtue. I'm gonna go for, pardon me, plus 10%, so each city generates some culture for all the citizens, yes. Right, one more turn. Done this way first. And next turn. One more turn. That's the problem with these style games, it's always just one more turn. Just one more turn. There's not a lot of xenomass, but there is a lot of floatstone around. Right, well that's something that I shall pick up in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, folks. As it's the first episode of a brand new series, all likes and comments would be highly appreciated as it pushes this video up in the search criteria for YouTube. And all subscriptions make me feel amazing, so if you could subscribe, I'd very much appreciate it. Anyway, till next time, folks.